Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues. First, I want to preface my comments and say how it's been a pleasure and an honor to serve with all of you now as we complete what will be my fourth year in the legislature. I appreciate the partnership that I've had with many of you to sponsor bills and to work collectively with you on many, many issues. I also want to commend the legislature for once again passing the budget on time. We're no longer living in an era now when we have to give our vendors any kind of vouchers or promissory notes. And while we agree to disagree, I'm very pleased that the budget was passed on time. My one concern with the budget is that it fails to address our pension liabilities. We have a $60 billion pension liability, and we learned this week that CalPERS is going to be paying its next chief executive almost $1.8 million a year, 10 times what we pay the governor of the state of California. But the impacts to our pension system, my friends, is not in the short term while that salary is being issued. It is the long-term liabilities of the state if we look at longevity today, and many of our pensioners are living 30, 35 years beyond the day they retire. We could be on the hook for this one employee $50 million. And I think many of you would agree with me that our pension system was designed to give employees the opportunity to work in the public sector knowing they may not make as much as they would in the private sector, but to give them a living pension when they retired. And if you look at the average pension between STRS and PERS, it probably approximates about $40,000 a year. You're certainly not going to get rich on getting a $40,000 a year pension. But we have a pension system that is at risk. It's only 70% funded. And I think we should be doing what we can to reform our pension system to ensure that the majority of our pensioners will in fact receive their pensions in the years to come. With our $60 billion liability, if that fund, PERS, were to have to liquidate today, every citizen, man, woman, and child in the state of California would be on the hook for $1,500 apiece just to bring it to even. So we need to address pension reform. I am 100% in support of a defined benefit program. But my colleagues, my dear friends, next year we have to address this pension liability, and we have to begin the thought process and the debate of capping pensions in the state of California to protect the 95% of pensioners that depend on those pensions to live a quality of life in their retirement. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you, Mr. President.